Hey, how are you doing today, guys? I trust you are doing so well. I trust you are doing great. Okay. Thank you to everyone who has been following us up with respect to our videos, who has been sending us emails, who has been sliding into our DMs to ask questions. You are the reason why we do this video because I always believe that when you watch educative videos like this, okay, it helps you to eliminate ignorance. And as they say, ignorance is not an excuse. So we are trying as much as possible to limit, to reduce the number of ignorance, the number of mistakes you make with respect to real estate. So this very video is based on my experience and based on some questions people ask me with respect to real estate investment. I've realized that a majority of real estate investors in Nigeria focuses on purchasing physical properties. Okay, their major focus is purchasing of physical properties. Only a selected few choose an alternative that allows investors to invest in property without directly purchasing it. Okay, and this is one of the things I want to discuss with you today. Okay, it's not a must that the only kind of real estate that you need to invest in has to do with you investing in order for you to have a property at the end of the day. You can still invest in real estate, okay, without you having a property, okay. And that is, I'm going to share with you different ways in which you can enjoy this. I really understand why a lot of people are not taking advantage of this opportunity. I believe one is based on they are not they don't have the information. That is one. Number two is they are not being educated towards it. And number three is based on trust. Okay, this video is going to clarify, is going to answer each and everyone's doubt or question. Okay, so this video is going to provide solution to your questions or to your pains. Okay, so please, if you have interest in investing in real estate beyond just investing in properties, please follow me. Ride on, sit up and listen and watch this video so that it can help you to take investment decision with respect to real estate. As I've said, a majority number of Nigeria especially, they focus on investing in physical real estate. Okay, it's only a selected few that invest in real estate without focusing only on having a physical property. Okay, and as I've always told people, as I've always shared with respect to experience, I've told people that there are several ways in which you can invest in real estate. Okay, and these investment vehicles are what I'm going to share with you. Number one among these investment vehicles is what we call REITs. REITs, which is Real Estate Investment Trust. Okay, number two is real estate crowdfunding. Okay, and number three is real estate investment partnership, which we do at Reader Homes. With respect to real estate investment partnership is you partner with us with respect to the project at hand. Okay, so I'm going to break down, I'm going to share the similarity, I'm going to share the differences, I'm going to share the capital needed, I'm going to share the risk involved in this different type of real estate vehicle. Am I saying these are the only investment vehicles that we have? No, we have joint ventures. Okay, but when you understand real estate investment partnership, you will know that real estate joint venture is a branch of real estate investment partnership. So we have other vehicles, but all those other vehicles are the source of those other vehicles, the root of all those other vehicles is what I'm going to discuss with you today. Okay, so what is real estate investment trust? Okay, real estate investment trust is a vehicle, as I've told you, that allows individual to invest in diversified real estate portfolio. Okay, it's an investment vehicle, okay, that allows individual to invest in diversified real estate portfolio. Okay, whereby what I mean with respect to rate is with respect to REIT, which is Real Estate Investment Trust, is you have the opportunity to invest in different real estate portfolio. For example, when you invest in REITs, you can invest in commercial property, you can invest in mixed property, you can invest in residential property, etc. You can invest in industrial, etc., etc. And REIT is often done by it's the only way you can buy. The only way you can invest in REIT is through stock, okay? Because REIT is being controlled by Nigerian Exchange, okay? Nigerian Exchange, okay, which is the stock exchange of Nigeria. So it's listed even in the Nigerian Stock Exchange, okay? So that is where you can buy REIT. Likewise, other ones like crowdfunding, real estate crowdfunding, is still an investment vehicles, okay, whereby individuals can invest in different real estate portfolio, okay. Likewise, real estate investments partnership is still an investment vehicle that allow individuals to invest in diversified real estate investment portfolio. The question is, if everything has to do with investing in diverse real estate portfolio, so what that means, what is the difference between real estate investment trust, real estate crowdfunding, and real estate investment partnership, which is REIT? How do I differentiate them? One, I made mention with respect to REIT, I said it has to do with Nigerian Exchange, which is you have to buy it from stock, just like the way you buy your stock in the bank. Okay, so how do you differentiate them? You differentiate them by one, structures. Okay, there are structures behind REITs. There's a structure behind REITs, and that structure is anchored based on Nigerian Exchange. Okay, it's the one responsible for protecting investors and supporting healthy capital markets. Okay, like I said, one is structure, number two is regulations, and number three is operations. The way you will differentiate between these three is based on one, structure, number two, regulations, and number three, operations. Okay, why am I doing this video once again? I'm doing this video in order to educate you, in order to expose you to ways in which you can invest in real estate without having a physical property. How you can invest in real estate without having a physical properties. And I've realized that a lot of people abuse, a lot of people make mistakes with respect to their investment. For example, let me share an experience, a story with you. There's one of my clients, one of my clients is an investor too. One of my investors who wanted to buy a property from us. He wanted to buy a property, and the property, based on what we always tell you clients, we said prescription. One of our anchor of decision is we always say that prescription without cross-examination of customers' purpose, of customers' wants, okay, and customers' budget will not satisfy the customer's need, okay, without us going through the reason, the purpose why you want to buy this property, okay, your budget, and what is your want. What is your want? Why do you want to buy this property? We don't prescribe to you with respect to anything with respect to real estate, because our focus is what will satisfy your need. So based on this very reason, this my very client, when he told me, he said, okay, this is what I want to achieve. I want to buy this property. I've invested in other aspects of real estate. He has his own house, but he needs something that can give him cash flow. Okay, but when we're talking about you having something that has to do to give you cash flow, he said he wants to invest in A, B, and B. Okay, and when he said he wants to invest in A, B, and B, the amount that is coming in, the capital is coming into the market will not give him A, B, and B based on what I will prescribe to him. Okay, let me use monetary time so that you can understand what I'm trying to explain to you. Now, he wants to buy a property for A, B, and B. Okay, and based on my experience with respect to A, B, and B, okay, I know that if you want to buy a property for A, B, and B, one, location is very important. outside location, you need to think of the amount of money you will use in decoration, in doing decoration, interior decoration of that property. Because one of the reasons why people come to your apartment is because of how beautiful, how habitable, okay, how the amenities that you provide, and all these things are going to cost you money. So when I told him that if you have 50 million naira and you want to go A, B, and B, have you talked about the amount that you are going to invest with respect to the infrastructure, the interior decoration, things that you need to buy in order for the environment to be habitable? Okay, so now it's coming into the market with 50 million naira. First, the area that where I can prescribe to him that I will know that okay, the return on investment we want to try and achieve, at the end of the day we will be able to achieve it. The properties, the minimum amount you can see property in that as is 90 million naira. Okay, but you are coming into the market with 50 million naira. If you are insisting that you want to buy property with this 15 million naira, that means you need to go and look for other places, other areas that is not A, B, and B prone. Okay, that is not center of A, B, and B. And at the end of the day, you are not going to make the return on investment that you need to make. The return on investment you want to achieve at the end of the year. As I was saying, it's coming into the business. His capital in which is coming into the business is 15 million naira. One, the area that I can advise to, the best places I can prescribe to him, whereby he can buy that property is 90 million naira. First is 40 million naira short. Now, we've not discussed about the interior decoration, the interior decoration that you are going to, the amount you are going to spend in order for you to have a standard environment for an A, B, and B. That alone, we should be looking for another 20 million naira. So that means 40 million plus 20 million, and that is around 16 million naira. Okay, and we are coming into the market with 50 million naira. So I now advise him that instead of you doing this, instead of you investing 50 million naira in a place whereby you know that even at the end of the day you are able to raise money to get the interior decoration done, even to taste, do you think, what about the client base? Because one, before you start thinking about your people coming to your Airbnb, you need to build customer base, okay? And that customer base has a lot of factors. People will want to look into location. People want to look the standard of material, the standard of things that you use to do your interior decoration. Okay, is it up to standard? And likewise, the amount that the price, the rental price that you are going to give them, you need to look into that. So I advised him that instead of you investing this money to buy a property in a location that at the end of the day, that after 3 years, that is when you will start making return on investment. That's when you start making profit. And why not invest in other real estate investment vehicles? Okay, and I've realized that from questions that I have, from questions that I have from people who watch our videos, I've realized that a lot of people are not taking advantage of these investment vehicles. Okay, and that is why I'm putting this video out there in order to educate you, in order to help you, in other ways in which you can make money even without you buying property. I've done a video with respect to real estate portfolios, okay, where I explain ways in which you can build your real estate portfolios. You can watch those videos. It will help you it will enlighten you on how to take decision with respect to how to go with respect to your investment decision. Okay, so as I've said, I'm going to discuss basically within these three frames, which is real estate trust, okay, REITs, real estate crowdfunding, and likewise I'm going to discuss on real estate investment partnership. Okay, and I've explained earlier on, I said the only way you can differentiate between real estate investment trust, the only way you can differentiate between real estate investment trust, real estate crowdfunding, and real estate partnership is based on these three factors: one, regulations; two, structure; and three, operation. Okay, so what is the next thing we need to discuss on? I'm going to share with you, I've explained to you what is the meaning of REITs. which is Real Estate Investment Trust. And I've explained to you that Nigeria Exchange is one responsible to protect investors and supporting healthy capital market when it has to do with rates. Okay, that is the only thing, that is the only difference with respect to rates and every other investment vehicle. The only difference is rate is registered in Nigeria Stock Exchange, okay? But every other one has to do with pooling. Crowdfunding has to do with pooling of money in order for us to achieve a project, okay? Likewise, REIT, which is Real Estate Investment Partnership, has to do with coming together of two investors in order for you to achieve a project, okay? So the major difference is rate is based on is being regulated by Nigeria Exchange, while crowdfunding is being regulated by an individual or by a crowdfunding company, okay? And likewise, Real Estate Investment Partnership is being regulated by your partner, okay, whereby it has to do with where two or more persons come together. So it is the regulation is within the people that are involved, okay? Before I go further into differentiating the different types of the differentiating between real estate investment trust, real estate crowdfunding, and real estate partnership, I want you to understand that there are different types of real estate investment trust, okay? Then we have equity REIT, which is equity real estate investment trust. Likewise, we have mortgage real estate investment trust. Likewise, we have hybrid real estate investment trust. Like you always, that's what you will see them as equity REIT. Equity has to do with when you invest in REIT, okay? You invest in order for you to generate income. The essence, take it. The reason why you are investing in real estate vehicle generally is in order for you to generate income, okay? But with respect to equity REIT, you are generating income through purchasing of property, through renters, either renter of residential property, renter of commercial property, renter of industrial property, or through waiting for some time in order for appreciation. You generate income through appreciation means. Okay, what do I mean? You rate the essence, how rate work is the stock exchange, the rate company that you are working with, okay, when they mop up funds, they use that fund to buy properties that can give return on investment with respect to monthly income, or they use it to acquire a property that they will live and it will appreciate in value, and at the end of the day they will share with you dividends, okay? They share with you dividends from revenue, which is revenue, okay, from leasing of that property or collecting of rents, okay? So that is how they generate revenue with respect to rates, equity rate. Likewise, mortgage rate has to do with whereby you invest in real estate mortgages or mortgage-backed security, okay? They earn income from interest on financial instruments, okay? This is where they earn income through financial instrument, in the sense that when you invest in rates that has to do with mortgage, the money that is being mopped up, those companies still loan that money. They give that money out to real estate companies or other companies that wants to use that money, and those companies, they pay them back in interest. They pay them back capital with interest. So the capital that is being made is what they share with you investors, okay? That's what they share as dividend. And finally, we talk about hybrid rates. Hybrid rates has to do with this hybrid rate is common with those who are not sure on whether to invest in equity or mortgage. So hybrid rates has to do with companies that operate based on hybrid is when when mortgage and equity are in the same company. Well, that means the company hybrid rate companies are companies that they operate based on equity and and both they operate based on equity and mortgage. Okay, remember mortgage rates operates based on mortgage alone. Okay, and equity rates, the equity rate companies, they operate based on equity alone. So hybrid is when the company operates both on mortgage and equity. They want to be making money through equity, which means leasing of property, and they want to be making money likewise through mortgage, like for example through financial instruments. Maybe like they give out loans outside them buying properties, and they generate money from rent. Okay, likewise they give out money to companies who wants to go into business, the who doesn't have the capital that they can use in going into that business. I believe you guys are learning something. So likewise, when we talk about REIT, which is real estate investment partnership and crowdfunding, with respect to REIT in particular, we have different types of REIT. REIT can likewise be classified as equity REIT, okay, can be classified as mortgage rate, and can be classified as hybrid rate. But in oftentimes, when you want to go into partnership, into real estate investment partnership, it always comes in two forms or more than. It comes in hybrid, but the two forms, the basic form is one, equity financing. It comes in forms of equity financing or debt financing. I've discussed this in one of our videos. Go through it. Go through our YouTube and you will see those videos. Okay, so now let's go into what are the key differences between rates, okay, between rates, real estate crowdfunding, between rate, real estate crowdfunding, and real estate investment partnership. That is what I want us to discuss on now. We need to know the differences, because when at the end of the day, when you know those differences, you will be able to know the best, the one that you can take decision with. Are you ready to go in? Are you ready to learn more? Okay, please try as much as possible to share this video. Share this video as many times as possible, and don't forget to click on the share button to follow us. So as I've said, the key differences between REIT, which is real estate investment trust, real estate crowdfunding, and real estate investment partnership. Remember earlier on, I said that you can differentiate them based on one, structure, regulations, and operations. Okay, but I will divert more. I will expatiate more because the essence of this video is the essence of this video is for you to have information that you can take decision with, information that you can run with. So because of that, I will try as much as possible to expand more. And here, what are the things that I'm going to discuss on? Number one is I'm still going to discuss on structure. Number two is I'm still going to discuss on regulations. Okay, the regulation of rate, how rate is being regulated, how crowdfunding is being regulated, and how real estate investment partnership rate is being regulated. Likewise, I'm going to discuss on diversification, how you can diversify your portfolio with respect to rate, how you can diversify your portfolio with respect to crowdfunding, how you can diversify your portfolio with respect to rate. Okay, likewise, I'm going to discuss on number 5, which is minimum investment. Likewise, I'm going to discuss on control. Number 6, control and management. Likewise, I'm going to discuss on returns and income. Likewise, I'm going to discuss on risk profile, which is very, very important. You need to understand, you need to be able to know, you need to be able to profile your risk, and with that, you should be able to take decision that, oh, this risk that is involved in this kind of investment vehicle, is it the right thing for me to take? Is it the right, am I ready for this at this point in time? Because see, the essence of risk is one, the reason why you need to build a risk profile is there are risks you take per time. Okay, there are risks you can't take today, okay, that you need to shift to tomorrow. Okay, your risk profile with respect to rates, your risk profile with respect to crowdfunding, your risk profile with respect to rate. This risk profile will explain to you, will help you, and it will guide you on the kind of risk you need to take, on the kind of investment vehicles you need to invest in. Likewise, I will discuss with you, which is number 9, tax consideration. Okay, and likewise, I will explain to you, I will share with you with respect to switchability. So we have 10 things that we are going to discuss on. For number one feature is structure, number two is regulation, number three is liquidity, number four is diversification, number five is minimum investment, number six is control and management, number seven is return and income. I know you guys will love money. You want to know how much is coming in for me. You want to know how much is coming in for me. Please, if you want to know how much that is coming in from you, likewise try as much as possible to share this video so that other people, your friends, your family member can be aware, can know that, okay, if I invest in this real estate investment vehicle, this is what my return is and this is what my income is. As I often say, money is like a seed, okay? And the best way in which you can get return on investment is for you to know the exact soil, okay, which you need to plant that seed. Does that soil have manure? If the soil has manure, okay, that means your return on investment will be very huge. If the soil lacks manure, that means your return on investment will be very, very poor, or your return on investment is going to be moderate. So we are going to discuss on return on income, returns and income. We are going to discuss on number 8, risk profile, and number 9, tax consideration, and 10, suitability, how suitable it is. Okay, do you want to listen? Do you want to learn? Do you want to know the one that you need to go into? Please, as I've said once again, try as much as possible to share this video. There are a lot of people who are ignorant of this soil, okay, soil that is full of manure. Okay, when you share this video, they will be enlightened too. Okay, they will be enlightened too, and they can take a perfect decision with respect to their investment. Okay, as I've said, number 1 is structure. Okay, with respect to rates, okay, the structure is company owned, okay, and it's company owned and it's operating real estate. As I've told you, with respect to structure, with respect to rate structure, rate is company owned. That is why I told you that the only way you can buy rate is from stock. Okay, it's from Nigerian Stock Exchange or any country stock exchange. Okay, so it's through Nigeria Exchange. Those are the companies that are involved. Those are the platforms in which you can buy your rates from. Remember, I told you that we have equity rate, we have mortgage rate, and we have hybrid rate. So with respect to crowdfunding, what is the structure? The structure is platform pooling funds, okay, for specific project. You have people who crowdfunded for different projects. We have several platforms, okay, that does that, okay, and we have real estate platform that does that too. We have Redoc Invest, we have GVest, and we have Landvest. Okay, they do crowdfunding. Likewise, Redoc Invest, we do crowdfunding whereby you come in with some amount of money, you invest with us with some amount of money, and we give you a return on investment after some couple of years. We do 1 year and above. We don't do 6 months. Okay. Likewise, the number 1 structure has to do with REIT, okay, which is Real Estate Investment Partnership. Okay, this is partnership whereby you pull up resources for real estate investment. Okay, likewise, we do that too. We do that, but that one has to do with our project. For example, we have several estates that we want to invest in. We have several land that we want to convert into estate, and we need investors. We are still going to discuss about the minimum investment down. Okay, so we need investors who can team with us. Okay, for example, we want to go into developing willow homes. Okay, we need 1 or 2 persons that, okay, we sit down together. We provide them with the business proposal. Okay, we provide them with the business plan, and we send them a business proposal. If they are comfortable, why not? We strike a deal. We bring in your lawyer, we bring our lawyer, we sign, and we go into the partnership deal together. So number 2 is regulations. With respect to rates are highly regulated. okay, because especially when it has to do with public rates, okay, when it has to do with public rate. And that's why I told you that rate is being monitored, is being controlled by Nigeria Exchange, which is stock. So you can buy rate, the way you buy your stock is still the same way you can buy rate. For your information, there are several companies that deals with rates in Nigeria. We have, I think we have about 10, but I'm going to mention 3 for you. We have Union Homes, okay? We have Union Home, we have Sky Home, and we have UPDC. UPDC, they are the one that develop Pinnock Estate, okay? So those are the people, those are companies that they are the, you can go to their stock. They have several like 7 other ones. I can't remember them now, but I've done research with respect to that. Okay, so if you want to buy from them, you want to buy their stock, all you just have to do is you can contact us. I can link you up with their company. I can link you up with how you can get your investment through REITs. Okay, so they are highly regulated, especially because they are public. Okay, so with respect to crowdfunding, how are they being regulated? The regulation varies by platform, okay, and jurisdiction. Okay, different countries have different regulations with respect to crowdfunding. Okay, likewise with respect to real estate investment partnership, okay, it varies likewise based on structure and location. Okay, they vary based on structures and location, and mind you, even rate varies based on structures and locations too. They vary based on jurisdiction too, because the rate in Nigeria is different from rate in USA, it's different from rate in UK. Okay, so number 3, as I've told you, is liquidity. Okay, they are high public traded rates. Okay, liquidity is, they are very high. Okay, they are public rates. Okay, likewise with respect to they are public traded rates. Traded in the sense that they are stocks. You don't buy it through, you don't go to the company one-on-one to buy it. You buy it the way you buy your stock. Okay, that's what I mean by they are high and publicly traded rates. Okay, with respect to liquidity of crowdfunding, they are low project specific. With respect to liquidity of crowdfunding, they are low project specific. They are not, the amount that is being involved is not that huge in most cases. But with respect to real estate investment partnership, they are likewise low, but they are private partnership. They are private partnership. As I've told you, they are private partnership in the sense that, for example, I've explained to you with respect to we at Pinnock Home, if you want to partner with us in development of some of our estates, okay, that is why we said they are private partnership. Okay, so number 4 is diversification. How do you diversify your rates? How do you diversify your crowdfunding? And how do you diversify your real estate investment partnership? Okay, with respect to rate, is high within real estate sector. Okay, the diversification is very high in the sense that you can, with your rate, you can invest in residential properties, you can invest in mortgages, you can invest in industry real estate, etc. And that was why I explained to you with respect to rate, we have hybrid rate, we have mortgage rate, and we have equity rates. Okay, and I've explained that to you in the previous video. So with respect to diversification of crowdfunding, they are very low to moderate project specific. Very low to moderate project specific. It's not too low, it's not too high. They are just, the diversification is based on, it's not, you can't, the diversification portfolio is always between with respect to real estate, residential, commercial. Okay, oftentimes it's not common with industries. Okay, but with rates, you can go to industry, you can go into agri, you can go into different types of diversification. If you want to diversify your money, you don't want to invest only on residential, you can, with rates, you can invest, and that is why the company involved, they can invest in different kind of real estate. Okay, so with respect to crowdfunding, is low to moderate project and is very, very specific. Okay, with respect to real estate investment partnership, remember we are still under diversification. With respect to that, it varies based on partnership portfolio. For example, now we've been doing land banking. With respect to real homes, we've been doing land banking. Now we are moving into site and servicing scheme. Okay, so the portfolio that we are dealing with now is site and servicing scheme. Okay, so we are diversifying from land banking into site and servicing scheme. And why are we diversifying from land banking into site and servicing scheme? I've done a video with respect to discussing the benefit of site and servicing, both to us as individual and to us as government. As I've often said, site and servicing is the foundation of real estate. I've done a video with respect to that. You can go watch it. Okay, so minimum number 5 is minimum investment. Okay, what is the minimum investment that I can buy with respect to rate? Remember, I said rate has to do with stock, so therefore you buy shares. Okay, so and the amount that you can invest is very low. For example, you see Zenith Bank of Recent, they are selling shares. I think is it 95 naira? I can't remember the exact amount now. Okay, so it's very low. But with respect to crowdfunding, when we're talking about crowdfunding, the crowdfunding that we have, which has to do with Redox Invest, that it has to do with GVest, that has to do with Landvest, okay? The lowest amount you can do is 1 million naira, okay? 1 million naira. If you have your 1 million naira and you want to invest it, okay, you can contact us, okay? We tell you where to invest it, okay? And this is based on crowdfunding. But with respect to our real estate investment partnership, the lowest you can do with us is 50 million naira, okay? Because the project that we are looking at is very, very huge. It's very, very capital intensive. In order for us to do a site and servicing scheme, we need nothing less than 5 billion naira. Okay, so we are looking for partners who can do minimum 50 million naira with us, okay, who can partner with us with their 50 million naira, and we give them a return on investment at the end of their investment term. They are in their year of investment. Okay, so number 6 is control and management. With respect to rates, there is no control because it's being managed by professionals. What I mean by no control is you don't have a personal control. Okay, because they are being managed by professionals. Likewise, every other which has to do with crowdfunding. The crowdfunding, there is no control, okay, because crowdfunding is being managed by project developers. Okay, for example, when you invest your 1 million naira with respect to Redox Invest, with respect to if you invest your 1 million naira in Redox Invest, you invest your 1 million naira in either Redox Invest, in GVest or Landvest, you don't have control over you don't have you have no control, and you are not the one that can manage it. The only person you have no control, but the project is being managed by the project developers. I believe you guys are learning something. And likewise, with respect to real estate investment partnership, with respect with us, okay, you have potential control, and those potential control is based on our partnership agreements. Okay, the amount of money you will invest with us, you have a partnership agreement, you have control, you have some levels of control, and that's why I discuss with you with respect to different type of real estate investment partnership. I made mention of equity financing, and likewise I made mention of debt financing. Okay, these are ways in which you can control your investment. Okay, so please, if you have interest, you have 1 billion, you have 500 million naira and above, okay, please hit us, send us a DM. Send me a DM on bash@redoxint.com, or you slide into my DM and send me a message. Or if you want to WhatsApp me, you WhatsApp me on 0814 028 5704. Okay, so with respect to return and income, I know this is where you guys, most of you want to listen to. You want to, what is my return? How much am I going to make if I should invest this amount of money? Okay, so dividend, with respect to rates, dividend is based on capital appreciation. Okay, remember, I've told you in the beginning of this video that with respect to rate, your return is based on dividend. Okay, and this dividend is based on capital appreciation. Okay, likewise, with respect to crowdfunding, it's based on project-based return. Okay, and other variables. Okay, it's based on project-based return. But as I've told you, with respect to Redoc Invest, with respect to Land Invest, and with respect to GVest, okay? Redoc Invest, we are the one that is doing the minimum. What we do is 30%, okay? But Land Invest, they do 35% annually, and GVest, they do 35% annually. Likewise, I think they do 35% annually, okay? So please, if you have interest, you want to invest your money and you want to make this amount of return on investment at the end of the year, please slide into our DM. Contact me right now. What are you waiting for? Do that now, okay? Make money while you are sleeping. Don't keep your money in the bank. There's no bank that can give you 30% return on investment in a year over your 10 million naira, over your 50 million naira. Okay, but real estate investment vehicle can give you that. And with respect to trust, you can count on us. You can trust me. We have a name. We have a name we are protecting, and we are very, very careful even with people we do businesses with. Okay, so with respect to trust, you can count on us. So with respect to return and income, with respect to real estate investment partnership, the return always comes from rental income, okay, and property appreciation. Likewise, the return comes from profit from sales. Okay, I will still discuss with you what is the next thing I'm going to discuss with you is the risk profile. So that one will enable you, it will open your mind with respect to, okay, if I'm investing, the one that has the highest return on investment, okay, I'm going to discuss that in risk profile and suitability. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to discuss on is risk profile. Okay, what is the risk profile of real estate investment trust? What is the risk profile of crowdfunding? And what is the risk profile of real estate investment partnership? Okay, with respect to the risk profile of real estate investment trust, which is risk, it is based on market and sector risk. Okay, but it is moderated by diversification. Okay, it's moderated by diversification in the sense that, you know, the rates, they invest in different types of real estate. Okay, they invest in residential, they invest in commercial, they invest in industrial, they invest in hospitality, etc., etc. So with that, there is always a way in which they can generate income. That is the essence of diversification. Okay, even the Bible said it. He said, put your bread upon many waters. If you do 7, try as much as possible to make it 8. Okay, this is based on risk. Okay, even the Bible identify risk. Okay, so you need to diversify your portfolio in order for you to have cash flow, and that is the reason why we are encouraging, we are asking investors, because if we go and get capital from bank, the interest rate is very high. Okay, one of the ways you can support your country, one of the ways you can support your country, you can support the entrepreneurs in Nigeria, is for you to partner with them as much as possible. Okay, but when you are doing your partnership, please do your due diligence. And as I often say, real estate investment, real estate business is a spiritual business. You need to pray with respect to who you want to invest in, because it is through the spiritual eye that you can see beyond the present. Okay, there are people that will even say that on the norm you are not supposed to invest with them, but because you are doing this based on your spiritual eye, you can see the future. Okay, you can be instructed, you can be informed about the future. So that's what I can tell you with respect to risk profile. Likewise, when we are talking about the risk profile of crowdfunding, it is high project and it has specific risk. Okay, it has specific risk, and those, your partner, the company you are doing that crowdfunding with, they will explain, they will expose you to those risks. Okay, likewise, with respect to real estate investment partnership, the risk is high. Okay, but it depends on the partnership success. Okay, the risk with respect to real estate investment partnership is very high, but it all depends on partnership success. That's why I said this is a very real estate business transaction. Every transaction that has to do with money is based on spirituality, because the partnership, the success of that partnership, there are a lot of things that you need to put into consideration before you decide to invest in a company. You can see a company that is doing so well today, okay, and tomorrow they are nowhere to be found. Okay, so it all depends on high dependent on partnership sources, and there are some things that you need to put into consideration before you take a decision with respect to who you are investing in. If you have seen some of my videos, there's one coach I always say, I say real estate investment is like real estate in transaction is like going into marriage. What do you need to do if you want to marry a guy? What do you need to do if you want to marry a lady? Same thing you need to do when you are getting yourself in real estate investment partnership. I believe you guys are learning something. If you are learning something, please try as much as possible to share this video. Share this video so that other people can know how to make return on investment. Like so that other people can know how to create their risk profile. Okay, try as much as possible to share this video, and likewise click the follow button. Follow us. We have a lot of information. This year and forever is money making year, which is as far as real estate is concerned. So we are going further. We're going to number 9, which has to do with tax consideration. What is the tax consideration with respect to real estate investment trust? What is the tax consideration with respect to crowdfunding? And what is the tax consideration with respect to real estate investment partnership? With respect to rates, okay, the tax is efficient, okay, divided tax individually, okay. The dividend, tax is tax efficient, and the dividend is taxed individually. Okay, the dividends, your return on investment, or your dividend, which is your return on investment, which comes in form of dividend, is taxed individually. But with respect to crowdfunding, it varies. Okay, and you need to consult tax professional, which that is the responsibility of the platform that you are operating with. Okay, they are the one in charge. But with respect to with respect to rate, the tax you have tax individually. Okay, so likewise with respect to real estate investment partnership, which is REIT, okay, you pass through taxation, okay, potential, and there are a lot of potential benefits with respect to REIT, which when we start discussing, when you contact me, I will share with you those tax benefits. Okay, finally we are going to discuss on suitability. How suitable are these deals? How suitable are these investment vehicles? Okay, with respect to rate is liquid, okay, it's diversified, okay, it's income focused investor. It's only for income focused investors. Likewise, for crowdfunding, the suitability is lower entry, okay. Lower entry is project focused and higher risk investors. Okay, if you are a higher risk investor, you can go ahead and invest in crowdfunding. Likewise, with respect to real estate investment partnership, okay, it is high capital, okay, it's active involvement, and it's for high risk investors. Okay, as I've said, so stability with respect to rate is focused investor, income focused investors. If you want to be making income every month, you want to be making dividends every month, okay, invest in REITs. If you are a high profile risk investor, invest in crowdfunding, okay, because it has lower entry and it is based on project focus. Okay, and finally, with respect to real estate investment partnership, it has to do with high capital, active involvement. You have to be involved depending on the amount you are bringing in. Okay, as I've told you, if you are giving us like 500 million naira, okay, it's either you involve through equity financing, or you are involved through debt financing. We create your involvement through those two ways. Okay, so I believe you guys, and likewise, it is high risk. High risk. It's for high risk investors. I believe you guys. So I believe you guys are learning something. Please, I want a massive reply. I want you guys to fill my DM. I want you guys to send me emails on bash@redocint.com. Slide into my DM with respect to which of these real estate investment vehicle you want to take advantage of. Okay, it's not wise for you to save your money in the bank. Okay, it's not wise, it's not advisable for you to save your money in the bank. Okay, there are still real estate investment companies that you can trust, and we are one of them. Okay, as I've told you, real estate investment transaction is like marriage. Okay, everything that you need to, every attention you need to put into you getting married to someone is same thing you need to put an enormous attention you need to put with respect to your real estate investment. If you want to get married to a guy, you know what you need to do. If you want to get married to a lady, you know what to do. The same thing applies with your real estate investment. Everything you need to do with respect to your to you getting married to someone is what you need to do. Okay, so as I've said, real estate transactions are very, very spiritual. They are God or whatever power you are using behind them that gives you direction. That is the truth. Okay, so please, if you see us worthy, please slide into my DM, send us an email, and let's partner together in order to make life beautiful by creating the right environment. As we said, as we always, that's our slogan. That's our motto at Read Up Homes. Read Up Homes, making life beautiful by creating the right environment. Okay, you can go watch our videos. We've explained in the past why Read Up Homes. Okay, why Read Up Homes. We've discussed a lot of things, reasons behind why we took decision with respect to that name. Okay, the inspiration behind that name, and likewise, if we've discussed about that in the past. So please, as I've said, go slide into our DM to learn more. Okay, I believe you guys are learning something. So now, in conclusion, okay, how do I choose between REITs, between crowdfunding and real estate investment partnership? As I've said, it's based largely on your investment goals. 1, your investment goals. 2, your risk tolerance. 3, your capital availability. 4, your desired level of involvement. I've explained this with respect to the story of my client that I shared with you. So if you want to know, and likewise, I've done a video in our real estate portfolio, how to create your own real estate portfolio. I've discussed about this I've shared about this in that video before, but I'm just doing this for the emphasis of you that is watching this video for the first time. So I've just made mention, if I want to know the investment that I need to choose, what are the things that I need to put into consideration? 1, your investment goal. Remember our slogan, we said prescription without cross-examination of customers' want, of customers' budget, and customers' purpose will not satisfy the customer's needs. Okay, that is based on what is your investment goal. Okay, number 2, what is your risk tolerance? It's not advisable for you want to invest. There are some investments, as I told you, there are levels of risk that you can take per time. Okay, and these are some of the things that when you contact us, we will advise you on with respect to this money that you have. That's why we are called real estate doctors. Okay, before we prescribe, we diagnose you, we cross-examine you. Okay, prescription without cross-examination and diagnosis of customers' wants, of customers' purpose, and customers' budget will not satisfy customers' needs. Okay, we look at your risk tolerance based on the questions we ask you. We can tell you that, hello, with what you have now, this is where you can invest your money. It's not a must we tell you that you invest with us. No, we can divert you. We can tell you to invest with other companies, other trusted companies. Okay, that is why we are one of the best real estate companies can look forward to, you can partner with. Okay, likewise, what capital do you have? Capital availability. Number three, and your desired level of involvement. So you are taking decision based on these four. Number one, desired level of involvement. Number two, capital availability. Number three, your risk tolerance. And number four, your investment goal. Okay, now why do I need to choose REITs? If I want to choose REITs, why should I go for REITs? The reason why you need to go for REITs is because it's excellent for investors seeking liquidity, diversification, and regular income with minimal active management. I've explained that in all those the differentiation table that I explained in the past, in this few minutes ago. Okay, so likewise, now let me repeat it. Why do I need to invest in REIT? So why do I need to invest in REITs? As I've said, REIT is because it's excellent for investors seeking liquidity, diversification, regular income with minimum active management. Okay, that is the reason. If you want to choose REIT, this is the reason why we need to choose REIT. Now, with respect to number two is crowdfunding. Okay, why do you need to choose crowdfunding? Because it appeals to those investors who wants to access into real estate investment vehicles through lower entry points, okay, an opportunity to invest in specific projects, okay, albeit with higher risk and lower liquidity. Let me repeat myself. It appeals is for those investors who are looking for lower entry points, okay, and the opportunity to invest in specific projects. What project do you want to invest in? What project do you think you want to invest? What project do you have interest in? Is it land banking? Is it site and servicing scheme? Is it residential property? Is it commercial? With crowdfunding, you have the opportunity, okay, and it has a very lower entry point, okay, and as I said, it abates higher risk and lower liquidity. Now, finally, real estate investment partnership. Okay, why do I need to invest in real estate investment partnership? It's suitable for investors with significant capital who desire active participation, okay, and potentially higher returns. Real estate investment partnership has a higher return, okay, and if you are expecting a higher return, have it at the back of your mind that you'll be accepting higher risk and lower liquidity in return. Okay, let me repeat myself. Real estate investment partnership is suitable for investors with significant capital. As I've said, we do 50 million naira and above, who desire active participation, potentially higher returns, and accepting higher risk and lower liquidity in return. I believe you've learned something. Okay, I believe you've learned something. Please try as much as possible to share this video. Follow us on every of our social media platform. You're following us, you're sharing this video, energizes us to do more educative videos like this that can save you of ignorant decision. Okay, so with respect to what we just discussed, which of them do you have interest in? Okay, slide into our DM, as I've said. Send me emails on bash@readerint.com and I can guide you on the best investment decision you can take. Remember what I told you? I said money is like a seed, okay? You need to look for soil with right manure. Is REIT the right manure for you? Description without cross-examination and diagnosis of customers' purpose, of customers' want, and customers' budgets will not satisfy our customers' needs. This is the litmus test that we are going to help you to take decision from. I believe with all this, you see us, you count us worthy as your partner with respect to real estate investment. Okay, I'm waiting for your emails. I will be I'm so anxious to read from you. Till you hear from me again. Bye for now and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.